So I'm Marc Tiritilli, and I teach over at Illinois Wesleyan University, and I'm happy to be here this morning. A little bit about me. So I moved here in 1997. I came down here to go to school and got my degree in mathematics, became a teacher, and I'm going to be a teacher at Illinois State University. Met my wife here. We moved over to Danvers and started our family out there. And we took a few years and moved out to Philadelphia. The East Coast was not for us, and we thought we could go anywhere. The doors are wide open. Okay? Both of us are flexible in our jobs. Where should we go? And we looked all around the country. We even looked out of the country, and we decided we wanted to come back here. So that's what we did. We've been back here since 2013. Ran for mayor a couple of times, as you heard. And I'm running for council because a lot of those issues really haven't changed. So I have 2 daughters at home and really do love Normal and Bloomington as well. This whole community is wonderful. It's really neat to be able to experience both sides of it. Living in Normal, I've lived in Bloomington as well, but I get to teach in Bloomington and work there. It's a lot of fun. So there are a lot of great things about the community, but I agree with Stan, disagree with Ms. Lorenz. It's not about always shining the light on the good things, because while Normal is a really great place, it can be better. And that's my theme with a lot of the things that happen on the council. The council has done a lot of great things, but the way that we go about them can be improved. Okay? Phoenix Properties was just mentioned up north. Great, I'm glad they're here. Have you read the WGLT article? Second to last sentence, the owner of Phoenix Property was asked about the incentives that were given. He said, well, they're nice, but we didn't need them. We would have come here anyway. That's literally what he said. And that's been my point, is that there are better ways to accomplish these things. We don't need to be handing out the money. Where does that money come from? A TIF district. We don't need to know all the complications of that. But what it essentially means is that's money that could have gone to Unit 5. That's what TIF districts do. They withhold the money that would have gone from the improved value. The town has held back millions and millions of dollars from Unit 5, and now, of course, they're asking for a referendum. These projects did not need those types of incentives. They could have been done in a better way, and we could have had all these great things with less consequences. And that's what the people that are currently on the council have refused and actively fought against looking at. And that's why we need some change. I mean, let's cut to the chase. If you like the way the council is, if you like the establishment, if you like the candidates that are endorsed by the mayor, they're sitting right here. If you want other candidates who are going to look at things in a different way and provide the balance that Stan talked about to get us to a more balanced representation of the mood that really is in this community, the candidates are at this table over here. The current council complaints about not being able to govern. Well, you've had the candidates that are on there. So how are you going to change what's going on? If it's been such a problem, you've been there for 4 years. Okay, it's kind of your fault. So what's going to be different? It's going to take different people to fix those things. The current council has had a history of stifling information, of stifling the voice of the people. We've seen that with the referendum. There were people actively trying to say, this is a problem, we shouldn't even be looking at this question. The town has fought very, very hard to get rid of a petition of 2,200 voices from the community. Public comment. We had the most restrictive rules in the state for years. And everybody on the council, including the current members here, were saying, no, it's okay. Well, I've taken the issue to the Attorney General's office and won 3 times that Normal's public comment policies were too restrictive. And each time they've had to back off a little bit, but it's been reluctantly. And they've even said, what's the big deal? Well, the point is, you represent the people. People don't want to be governed. They want to be free, and they want to know that their interests are taken care of. And that's the mistake that's been going on with this current council. We've heard it from multiple members up there that we need to be governing. That's not what needs to be going on. People want to go about their lives. They don't want to worry about these things. That's why it's hard to get people to run. That's why it's hard to get people to vote. They don't want to have to worry about these things. That's why we elect somebody to go do that for us. And we put our trust in them. That's why they're called trustees. And when those people start to ignore the voice of the people, when they start to go off in ways that don't make sense, that harm the community unnecessarily, then there's a problem. And that's why I felt compelled to run. Okay? I want to represent the people who signed my petition, other petitions who said, I don't see my views reflected on the council. That's what it's going to take. That's the kind of leadership I'm talking about. I could go on, but I think I'm going to pause there. The point is, we need a better balance on the council. There are better ways to do things. The $100 million in debt that's being reduced, nobody's asking the question, why did a community of 50,000 take on $100 million in debt in the first place?
Exactly.
Why are we handing all the powers over to the mayor to negotiate contracts without the council oversight? Those are the sorts of things. We are elected to represent the people, to provide the oversight, to ensure the freedoms so that people can go around and live their lives without having to worry about it. We need to vote for different people in April. Thank you.